to Jack Swanson, tenor, who is our Almaviva in the Barber of Seville this summer, a role he's done lots and lots. And for us, actually, for Jack and I, this is a first meeting in two dimensions, although
Yeah.
I've enjoyed his performances in the past. I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting him in three dimensions, but I look forward to that. So
Me
hi,
too.
Jack, tell us, where are you during this
Sure. So I'm
year?
currently in Minneapolis, where I was supposed to be performing with Minnesota Opera in their world premiere of Paola Prestini and Mark Campbell's Edward Tulane.
Yeah.
Obviously that was canceled, and but we're hanging out here. Me and my fiance are both here in Minneapolis. She was supposed to be performing in La Boheme with a theater here that was also canceled. So currently we're kind of just waiting to see how everything, shaping up. I was supposed to be going to do a St. John Passion in Fort Worth. Actually leaving today. I was supposed to be going down there.
Yeah.
And doing that kind of for their Easter thing. And then I was going to be in Colorado with Opera Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to travel to DC and New York. And obviously there's been some change of plans. So right now we're kind of posted up in Minneapolis.
Yeah. No, so I understand, though, that you are a native Minnesotan. So is this home for you, or?
Yeah. I'm actually from a small town in Minnesota, Stillwater, which is about 45 minutes outside of the cities. And my parents still live there. I have three sisters, and they all kind of live around that area. One of them is in Madison, and she's actually in med school. So she's very busy right now, obviously. I mean, with all of her other studies, but they're all kind of talking about this and figuring that out. So yeah, I'm from here originally, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, well, good. I'm glad it finds you in home territory, near family, if not necessarily able to interact with them.
No, it is. I feel very fortunate to be out here and in a place where there are cases, but not nearly as severe as other places in the States. So.
Yeah. Like here in New York, which is
right. Exactly.
Really a strange place to be right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to ask, this situation, this very alarming COVID-19 epidemic has turned all of our lives and schedules upside down. As you mentioned, your gig being stopped in the middle. And so what does a day in your life look like now? Are they all different, all the same? What are you?
I wish I could say they're all the same, because I try to be very productive in this time, but I would say they tend to, change day by day. Recently, actually, one of the major bummers of all this is my fiance and I were supposed to get married on May 30th and we decided to make the decision to postpone our wedding. So this last week has been a lot of, contacting all of our people, trying to find alternative dates. So that hasn't been the most fun thing this week, but we've also found some times to have some fun. And, I'm sure you've seen a lot of these videos or challenges that friends are making on Instagram and Facebook. And so we've definitely participated in those, and sometimes even started them ourselves. And it's just those are the moments in the days where we can get a laugh and realize that this will pass and it'll be okay. But in general, I'd say day to day, I definitely am sleeping in later than I normally do. But then I try and get out for a walk right away in the morning, because I've just found getting outside, and luckily as I'm in Minnesota, that's possible for me to do and not feel too crowded. But I'll start with that and get out there, and then I'll come back to the house and typically practice, and the nice part is I'm getting to sing things that I really love to sing right now. And I don't feel like I have some deadline on something I need to learn, which is how I feel a lot. I got to show up next week and know this. So right now I've been doing a lot of technical work, and then just singing things that, I'm not going to be singing in the next year or even the next 2 years, but are really fun to do, and only my fiance and the basement walls get to hear it.
So what are some of your favorite things that you're working on right now?
So favorite things that I'm working on, I would say, obviously the next thing coming up is the Almaviva in Santa Fe, and we're all crossing our fingers that that happens.
Hey, you know
One
that
really
pretty well.
Yeah, I do know that one well. However, we are the exciting part about the production this summer is we're going to be adding in Almaviva's second act aria, Cesta di più ed esistere, and Corrado Rivaris, actually, who I did L'Italiana with at Santa Fe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When we were talking about this and when we both knew we were going to be on this Barber, he was like, this is something I really want to have in there. He loves doing it. He's done Barber 50 more times than I have, or 100 more times than I have. And he really feels that it adds a lot to the show, and he loves the piece. And so that's been something exciting that I've been working on, that aria, which is a feat in itself. I'm really hoping I get to, I'm really hoping I get to try it out this summer. So.
And that's a aria that Rossini stole from himself.
Right. People recognize it from Cenerentola if they've seen it recently.
That's right. But it's okay. We'll let you have it, Jack.
I consult with some of my mezzo friends when I sing it. I say, am I doing this right? Is this what you think here? It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Have you and your fiance been cooking or ordering in or picking up delivery? Has it been a chance to really splash out with fancy fun cooking?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the fanciest cooking, but we have been doing a lot of cooking. Definitely a lot more than I'm used to, or both of us are used to. Typically when we're on the road or meeting new people, we like to, our fun is just to go out, and like go to restaurants and have fun. Like I don't buy new clothes or anything. I spend my money at restaurants and going out to eat. So, so this is, it's been fun. We've had the time, and most of the time for me, cooking was always kind of like, because I felt like it took so long. But when you have nothing but time, it's actually pretty fun to like prepare some stuff and see it. A couple days ago, I actually prepared this cauliflower. We had like a big head of cauliflower, and I was like, what can I do with this? So I made these kind of like, they're like hot wings, but with the cauliflower instead of chicken wings.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah, and that was really tasty. And so the other day we went to the grocery store and picked up another cauliflower head so I can try that out again.
Well, we might have to post that recipe, Jack.
Yeah. It was one that I just stole off Google. It's pretty easy. But my fiance is gluten-free, so we try a lot of stuff with like garbanzo bean flour and whatever and see what works.
They tried the cauliflower pizza crusts?
We definitely have those in the freezer right now. I'm probably going to eat one of those right after this. So
Good. It's all good. It's all good. So other than practicing whatever you feel like practicing and cooking, what are the other things that you've been doing with this found time that you don't usually get to do? Anything?
Yeah. So, I have been trying to keep up with keeping in shape. I was actually tipped off by somebody at Santa Fe. I think it was when I was doing L'Italiana. They're like, in this production, apparently your costume's a little revealing at moments. And I was like, oh boy. But that always gives me motivation to kind of, keep working out. And we've kind of got a yoga mat set up in our living room where I've got some free weights, and luckily I have a friend who does some online personal training, and I've been working with him for the past couple months. So he'll call me up and we'll just do, like yesterday we did a 45-minute workout where he just tells me, okay, run down your street, come back, and then grab these weights, do these lunges. And so I've been doing a lot of that, and probably should be doing more, but I feel like I've been doing a lot of it.
That's fantastic.
And otherwise we're catching up on some Netflix. We're obviously we have the wedding planning stuff, so we've been doing a lot of that. Mm-hmm. We started a audiobook of The Silmarillion because we both watched the extended version of The Fellowship of the Ring the other night, The Lord of the Rings, and I was like, that's like fine. This is the right time to finally like dive into what's pretty much the Bible of Middle Earth and Tolkien's world. So we've been listening to that, and that's kind of fun.
Well, it's kind of a real lift to talk to somebody who's experiencing this time in such a constructive and happy way. So I thank you for that gift, actually.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've found challenging in this current situation?
I would say the most challenging part is really just trying not to get sucked into. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are in a lot worse shape, than we are. I mean, the fact that we have a place to be in, and that we're not in the epicenter of it all, and we found like the best thing for us is not to wake up and first grab our phones and see all the terrible stuff that's going on, because as terrible as it is, the hard part is that we can't do much other than just stay inside and do our best to not hang around other people. So when you feel a little helpless, I think it's easy to kind of get down and feel like you can't do much. So we try to avoid that at all costs. And like I said, when we get outside and go for a walk, like the second I get back in, I feel like a different person from the morning. So I would say that's the biggest challenge, is just trying not to get down in that hole that you can't come out of.
Yeah, that's a wonderful pursuit. That's if you
It's
can
and
do
it's definitely a pursuit. I have not mastered it. It's just
yeah,
something that,
who has? It's a
yeah, exactly.
day by day thing, isn't it?
Day by day, that's what I keep saying. I'm like, we have to just and with the good, we need to talk about the good just as much as the bad. Like this morning, I saw an article that they started using this plasma type thing, and using that with really sick people, and apparently it's worked with some people. It's keeping that dialogue going too,
Yeah.
so people feel like there's hope.
Yeah, and it's also in the midst of all this doom and gloom, it's also great to read news about the people who are working on the front
Yeah,
lines
definitely,
in really, heroic ways, and
definitely.
the kind of the human interest things too, the way that ways that people are finding to connect and so on,
Yeah, yeah,
like you and me.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, to wrap it up, I'm going to ask you, what are you most looking forward to doing when all of this lifts, when these clouds lift and we're back to normal, whatever that's going to be? What are you looking forward
Well, first, I would definitely say marrying my fiance, because at this point, I think we deserve it. But I think it'll just be nice to get outside and be able to hug our friends and hug our family and feel like there's not this strange, because you can't. Sometimes it's hard to know how another person's feeling about it, and they might feel like, are they trying to avoid me? Are they trying? Once this clears, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Practically, I'm looking forward to working with my friends and colleagues again, and singing and performing for all the people who want to see these amazing works and operas. So that as well, of course, and I'm obviously shooting for Santa Fe for that.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah,
And, this situation, it really makes us appreciate things that a lot of us took for granted.
yep, definitely,
So
definitely.
I
I
want,
think people are gonna appreciate and want to come and see these things even more now, and maybe even see it with a different, when they've been kept away from it for a while, the need for it, I think, will be even greater. So
yes, we hope so, and we will be there to fill that need with
yeah,
great joy.
yes, definitely.
So thank you so much, Jack. It's great to connect with you this way.
Yeah,
Look
thank
forward
you.
to meeting you in 3 dimensions, and
Yes,
you and your fiance stay safe and healthy. And thanks so much.
we'll do our best. Good talking to you.
Bye bye.